All right, welcome back to another week of the Weekly Insider. We've got week 6 of the NFL coming up. Last week I didn't do very well. The Bills kind of shit the bed, and then I also went with some underdogs that didn't happen or that didn't come out in my favor. So went 7-7 on the week. How'd you do?
I went 8-6.
8-6.
Yeah, I missed on the Bills too, but in my pick'em I switched last minute to the Titans, so I got that one right. But yeah, the one I miscalled was Washington.
Oh yeah, the upset. Yeah, no.
I thought they could have a chance with Kyle Allen. That was like my main point, but then he got hurt in I think the second quarter. And Alex Smith playing football for the first time in 2 years is going to be tough to win a game. But good for him being back.
Yeah, no, for real.
Same day the
gruesome injury.
Same day the Dak goes out.
Rest in peace. Not really, but I hope he comes back and is healthy. But all the people saying that he deserves a contract don't know what they're talking about. So
that he what?
That he deserves a contract.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no.
He didn't deserve it.
I think he's an average quarterback. I don't think he's anything special.
Well, I mean, Jimmy G was paying $30 million too, and
so we're gonna hop right into it this week. Hopefully, we do a little better than last week, and we are actually the exact same record on the year. We have the same amount of games picked correctly. So I guess it might be close. 15-14. Yeah.
That's not that great for straight up.
Yeah, we fucking suck.
Because I mean, realistically, you just pick the favorite every time.
Yeah,
you should be mostly right, but
yeah,
there's no fun in that.
That's not true. Favorites don't always work out.
Well, not against the spread, but like I picked the Washington as like a 12-point underdog. You picked the
Browns
Bengals as like 12-point underdogs. They were like 1 or 2 point though.
The Bengals got shit on.
So did Washington.
Yeah, it was bad.
I'm really struggling here to remember to say Washington. Every time I think of
the Washington.
Yeah, every time I have to think to myself, it's Washington.
Yeah, the Washington football team. All right, we're gonna start off real quick. We got Chicago at Carolina. I'm gonna straight off the bat say Chicago. They're looking really good. They played well last week. Got a very, very close win against
Buccaneers.
Yep.
Thursday night.
Yep. Tom Brady, 4th down, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Panthers on this one. They've won 3 in a row. The offense is kind of clicking on all cylinders.
Yep.
Even with Mike Davis. The Bears, I mean, they beat the Bucs, but the Bucs were without a lot of their top pass catchers, so they didn't have too many weapons on offense there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, the Bears are 4-1, but the Panthers 3 in a row. I feel like they're probably the surprise team of the year right now.
Honestly, yeah, without Christian McCaffrey as well, which is fucking
3-2. The offense is working. I think they barely beat the Falcons like 23-17. I think. I don't think
it was close. Yeah, it wasn't.
Falcons are still a decent team on paper. But anyways, I'm gonna roll with the Panthers on this one.
All right. Okay. Next game we got Chicago at Cincinnati at Indianapolis. They're both orange, both right next to each other.
Yeah.
Cincinnati at Indianapolis. Indianapolis is coming off a rough loss. I predicted the Browns were going to win anyways, but I think Cincinnati is going to also beat them this week.
Really?
Joe Burrow is going to bounce back after a very let down game against the Baltimore Ravens. They didn't even put a touchdown on the board. So
yeah, 27-3 or something.
Yeah, it was really bad. So I think Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals are going to bounce back. I'm taking them over the Indianapolis Colts.
I'm going to take the Colts in this one because of the defense. The Bengals obviously have one of the worst lines in football, and Colts have one of the better defenses. So I think, being a rookie quarterback, I think the Colts are gonna kind of similar to the Ravens, kind of throw Burrow off his game a little bit. Rivers sucks too, though. But I feel like this is a game where Jonathan Taylor gets a ton of rushing yards just because those Bengals linebackers are still kind of young and not. They're obviously gonna get better, but they're like 22 to 24 years old. They're young guys.
Yeah.
So I think the Colts take this one mainly just because of their defense.
Yeah, you were saying with the Colts defense though, I don't think everyone's kind of overhyping them. I don't think they're that good.
I think it's mainly
the last few weeks they've kind of dropped the ball on a lot of fucking offenses. The Browns put up 28 points or
32.
32, yeah.
They held the Bears to 11.
Yeah, the Bears' offense isn't that good though.
No, I know, but I think the Browns have a decent offense just because they have that identity of like they're like that.
They got a bunch of playmakers.
They're similar to the Vikings though. They have the zone run. They have a good offensive line. They have good playmakers, like you said.
Yeah. I guess it's like give and take. I think the Colts defense though is a little overrated. A lot of people are relying. I think Colts fans and the NFL are relying mainly on the Colts playing amazing defense, which I don't think they're going to.
Well, I think it's a combination of them and them being able to control the clock with Jonathan Taylor in the run game.
Yeah. Well, it sucks that.
And they have probably maybe the top offensive line.
Was it Marlon Mack? I heard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that sucks too. That's a big control aspect of the game.
But then also having a top probably 3 offensive line in football.
All right, next game we got Detroit at Jacksonville. I'm gonna take Detroit for this one. They're coming off a bye. Stafford, I think, is gonna, because of that bye week, is gonna look a little more fresh. He's got all of his receivers healthy. I think the Detroit Lions are gonna take this game.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Stafford's my main waiver claim this week. But yeah, I mean, Minshew, I don't know, the Jaguars, like, they don't look bad, but they're still losing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Like, they look like they're playing okay, but I feel like a couple like unfortunate turnover, like especially last week, James Robinson fumbled like the 15-yard line or something. Like missed timely turnovers. The defense isn't playing that great, I guess. But yeah, I think Detroit wins this one with everyone coming off the bye. Absolutely,
a little bit of rest going on. So next game we got Atlanta at Minnesota. I think with Atlanta firing Dunn, right?
Dan Quinn.
Sorry, I don't know where I got Dunn from.
He's done in Atlanta.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah, that's fact. No, Dan Quinn, I think with him gone, it's going to take a few weeks to them kind of adjust with a new coach. But I also think Minnesota's kind of they're actually looking good. They played really well against Seattle.
Yeah.
Seattle is a very good team, so they kept it close. I think Minnesota's going to pull this one, though. I'm going to go with Minnesota. And it sucks they took a big loss with Dalvin Cook, but Madison is honestly not as good as Cook, obviously, but I think Madison's a solid
starting caliber
back.
guy. Yeah, I think he could start for a few teams out there.
Oh, yeah, he's a solid back for
Madison.
sure. So Minnesota's got their run game situated. So
I'm rolling with the Falcons on this one. Like I said last week, I would pick against the Falcons until Quinn got fired. He got fired, so I'm going to pick the Falcons this week.
Holding your word to it.
But, yeah, I mean, Bill O'Brien got fired. Texans won against the Jags last week, so.
Could be, yeah.
I mean, sometimes getting the bad coach out helps the team. Usually, it seems to make sense there.
Sometimes,
but, yeah, I mean, I agree with the Vikings looking good and everything. I just think with Falcons getting Julio back, that Julio Ridley and then Matt Ryan with the Vikings' young corners, I think they're going to kind of throw it all over them.
It's going to be a high-scoring game, I think.
See, my thing against it being a high-scoring game is just because the Vikings run the ball a lot. And if the Vikings try to make it a shootout,
but Madison is a very good receiving running back.
Right, but I just don't think Cousins can keep pace with Matt Ryan if it's a shootout. I think they're gonna have to, the Falcons might be scoring every possession, but I think the Vikings have to just kind of run their normal offense in order to do that. So I think and Zimmer's a pretty good coach, I think. So I think if they try to force it and make it a shootout, then that's why they're gonna lose, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I think if they stick to the run game, but the thing is, Madison, because they were using Madison several snaps or several times a game anyways.
Oh, yeah.
So now they're kind of not relying, but they're gonna
depend on him a lot.
Alex something BB or something like that. I can't remember who their
honestly. My prediction is I think Madison's gonna get like 30 touches this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, but I think Atlanta wins this one especially with Julio coming back now. Hopefully, I don't know for sure because his hamstring injury was reoccurring throughout the year.
That's gonna say Julio might get hurt again.
But I mean, he sat out. In the last 3 weeks, he's played half of a game. Mm-hmm. So I feel like his hamstring should be at a decent place now.
Yeah. But it was week 2, and then...
Yeah, I mean, it was but it wasn't. He was still, they still knew that he was kind of playing through injury. Whereas, I don't know. I feel like this week it should be...
He's very injury-prone for being,
But he always plays through him.
No, he always does, yeah. All right, next game we got Washington football team at the New York Giants. I'm going to take the Giants in this one. Washington's defense doesn't look like they can defend anything, but that doesn't mean they're not. I don't know. They're not the best, and they're not the worst. I think Washington's offense still needs to work things out. The Giants had a little glimmer of hope against the Dallas Cowboys, and I almost predicted that one. But I think the Giants are gonna kind of score a little bit. They're gonna have a little bit of glimmer of hope against the Washington football team. So.
I'm rolling with Washington on this one because of their defensive line. The Giants' main weakness that we've seen, I think, is the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense, the Giants' defense is actually playing relatively well.
Yep.
I think they were going into the last week. I think they were 5th in the league in yards per game or something like that. So they were actually doing okay. But their offensive line is their main issue. And like I said last week, the Washington has one of the better defensive lines in football.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Chase Young.
Is he back this week too?
I actually haven't seen anything. I know he missed the one game. But I don't know if Let me see if I can quickly find the injuries. But yeah, I mean, Matt Ioannidis, Montez Sweat, Ryan Kerrigan. They have, like I said, probably top 7 defensive line or 5, 6.
They got some dogs down at that defensive
So
line.
I think I said this with the Steelers against the Eagles, about like just dominating in the defensive line. I think Daniel Jones with his fumble, how prone he is to fumbles and forcing passes. I think Washington's going to force a lot of turnovers against Daniel Jones. So
that's another thing too. The Giants need to get rid of Daniel Jones. He's not good at all. Like. I don't understand. People think he's like the next Eli Manning. He's nowhere near Eli Manning.
He is the next Eli Manning. Good for 2 turnovers a game.
Yeah, but Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls against the GOAT. So
didn't win a single playoff game other than those 2 years.
Still won 2 years.
Worst Hall of Famer ever.
Soon to be, at least. All right, next game we got Baltimore at Philadelphia. I went with Philly on last week. I'm not gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with Baltimore this week. I think Lamar Jackson's gonna have a big game. Against that crippled Philadelphia defense. Philly almost had it, man. They lost it in like the last minute or 2 of the game. So
yeah, Chase Claypool, man. And just note on the Washington, Chase Young is not on the injury report at all, so I take it he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
But yeah, I'm going with the Ravens in this one. I hope the Eagles get some of their weapons back this week. Just to make it a better game. The Eagles have a decent defensive line, I think, to try and contain Lamar. But the main thing with him is having the linebackers to play with him and keep with him. And Eagles don't have that. So I think Lamar and Mark Andrews are going to have a pretty big game this week. But I'm hoping. But I'm going to hedge my bets again and go with Ravens.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Next we got a little division rival. We got Cleveland at Pittsburgh. I'm actually going to go with Cleveland on this one. Pittsburgh, I mean, they're coming off a hot offensive game. They didn't look very good against the Eagles, considering that they've been injury-ridden, and they just don't look like the Super Bowl champs we saw 2 years ago. Or was it? No, it's 2 years ago, right?
2.
Yeah. So I just think the Steelers are going to, and honestly, the Browns are coming. They're looking
4-1.
really, yeah. They're fucking.
Like I said, they have an identity on offense now. Like I said, like the Vikings, because that's where Stefanski came from, was Minnesota. It's that zone run. They have a good offensive line, good running backs.
Yeah.
And
Kareem Hunt's looking really good.
Good enough playmakers.
Yep. I think the Browns are gonna honestly come out. It's gonna be a shootout. I think the Browns are gonna come away with this one though.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say this a couple times. I think the Browns are a good team as long as Baker doesn't throw the game, like not literally throw the ball, but throw the game.
Yeah. Make stupid decisions like a rookie almost, but he's been in the league for 4 years.
This is third
year, okay.
But Steelers are a team that'll force you into bad decisions.
Yeah, they have a really good defense, but I still think that they're going to be able to, with the run game that they have established and like the weapons they have at receiving, I think the Browns could pull this out.
Yeah, I mean, I think this one is probably, I mean, just looking at the lineup here, this is probably one of the, to me, most 50-50 games.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to go with the Steelers, like I said, with the Colts, purely because of the defense.
Yep.
I think they force trouble on Baker, and if they get ahead early, then I think their Baker's going to have to throw more. Same thing I was saying with, I can't remember who, but earlier. Baker has to throw the ball. The Vikings just had it too. Well, hey, Browns, same scheme. But yeah, if they force Baker to throw the ball and get ahead early, the Steelers, then I think the Browns could be in some trouble.
Yeah.
But I just don't get how Baker and OBJ still don't have any
connection,
rapport.
Yeah,
or whatever
like literally. I feel like they're the same person. Like they have similar.
Well, not even that. Just like on the timing, they have no timing on stuff. Like OBJ to me is still like a top 7-8 wide receiver.
Oh, for sure.
Like pure talent wise.
Of course.
But
he runs routes amazing. He literally has the best hand, like some of the best hands in the NFL. Like
he can great after the catch because he's a good athlete.
Oh my god.
So
yeah, his yards after catch are unbelievable. Like,
but Baker, he just has no connection with Baker.
Yeah, I don't know. But next game we got Houston at Tennessee. Tennessee's looking really good after that Buffalo game. I will say, it hurts to me to say it, but the Buffalo Bills didn't play well, and they also didn't have all of their defensive starters. Mm-hmm. So you could say it's no excuse, but they didn't have everyone on their defense, but that Tennessee offense did look really good. Yeah. They did hold Derrick Henry to only 57 yards, and that the corners couldn't really stop AJ Brown and who else? Johnny Smith.
Yeah,
Johnny Smith. So
that's where Matt Milano usually would be.
Exactly. So I'm going to take Tennessee in this one just because I don't think that Houston has the defense. I think Bills' defense is better than Houston's, and I think they're just going to rip apart the Houston defense if they did that to the Buffalo Bills. So,
yeah, I mean, every part of me wants to say Tennessee, but I'm going to roll with Houston.
Houston,
I think that similar to last week, I think Watson's going to have a big game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I saw something saying like firing Bill O'Brien he was the one holding Watson back. I think I showed you that.
Yeah.
And I just disagree with that. Watson became a top 7 quarterback with Bill O'Brien. Just had a few bad games. Anyways, I think Watson's gonna win this one. The Titans look good. They're just such a weird team to me because I feel like they don't have. I mean, obviously Derrick Henry's a good player, but outside of that, I feel like Tannehill was like a backup quality guy, and then suddenly now he's playing great.
An all-star.
It's just weird to me. Like their O-line is good, but it's not great. Like their receiving core is
they
solid,
make it work.
They
make it work.
That's why I think like someone like Watson can come in and make, like surprise them.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a surprise. We got next game. We got Denver at New England. I'm gonna take Denver. I want to take Denver mainly because Locke's back.
I don't think he is.
No,
he's practicing, but that doesn't mean he's back. Because an AC joint sprain. That's what I had, and I was out for almost 2 months with it. It says. Let me check the injury report real quick.
Let's see.
Well, Melvin Gordon's probably gonna be out.
Melvin Gordon caught with a DUI, arrested. So
Maybe
Philip Lindsay, back. Unlucky. I dropped him in my fantasy league, so it's tough.
Yeah, I'm not seeing him on the injury list, so maybe he is back.
So it's gonna be tough because I have to pick. I'm gonna take Denver regardless. If Drew Lock's playing, that definitely secures my vote. I think Drew Lock and Fant had a really good connection while they were playing.
Mm-hmm.
Noah Fant. And then also, I think Philip Lindsay is honestly, I think similar to Melvin Gordon. I really don't see I don't think Melvin Gordon has that kind of, that all-star appearance, but I really think Philip Lindsay is an amazing running back. I don't see it that much of a downgrade. It's a downgrade, but it's not like a drastic.
Yeah, pure talent-wise, it's not too much of a downgrade, but as far as style, it's a pretty I think it's a pretty big difference.
And that's where I was trying to come
Lindsay's more like that scat back, not necessarily like an Austin Eckler receiving type, but kind of like the guy you try to get on the outside.
He can run or he can throw the ball.
Whereas Gordon, I feel like, is kind of an all-around back. I want to say similar to James Conner, just without like the injury proneness. Like, he's a solid receiver. He's a solid run up the middle. He has enough speed to kind of get to the corner and make some plays there. But
I am going to take Denver in this one. I think they're going to pull it out.
Yeah, I'm taking the Patriots because I think Belichick with 2 weeks to prep
for one game.
Literally because he knew he was playing this team last week. Jesus. So Belichick 2 weeks to prepare for this. I think this could be like a 30-7 game.
No shot,
dude. Bill Belichick 2 weeks to scheme up.
No shot.
Oh boy.
No shot.
But I'm taking the Pats.
All right. No way it's gonna be that much of a blowout. If it
Probably
is,
not. I wouldn't be surprised just because Belichick
game.
2 weeks to prepare for one game. Or well, I guess it's no different than a bye week.
Exactly. Next game we got New York Jets at Miami. I'm taking Miami.
Yep.
Miami literally is playing so well right now. Ryan Fitzpatrick looks really good. I honestly don't have anything else. The Jets don't look. The Jets don't have anything, and they just released Le'Veon Bell, so I don't see them doing anything.
And Sam Darnold's out again.
No way, really.
Yeah. So
So literally, I don't know who the fuck they're gonna give the ball to on the Jets offense.
I'll say like what I said with the Falcons. I'll pick against the Jets till Quinn is, or whatever his name is fired.
Yeah.
But I mean, I saw some stats today that like if you were to bet, so like I'm betting, they call them units. So say your unit is $10, it means you're betting $10 every time. So if you bet $10 every single game, against a certain coach, the coach that would have won you the most money betting against him so far in the past 3 years was Adam Gase. You would have won 12 units. So you would have won $120.
Jesus Christ.
Like in total. And then the next two were Bill O'Brien and Dan Quinn. Both of them fired.
Both of them got fired. So
it's time for
Gase
to get out of there. Yeah. So I'm picking against the Jets until he's out of there.
For sure.
So I'm going with the Dolphins. They're 9-point favorites. And the Dolphins aren't even like that great a team.
Yeah, I know. They just really they haven't played well. They really have been.
Fitzpatrick is QB7 in fantasy right now.
He's unbelievable. Like he's Fitzmagic.
He's one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time.
I love it, bro. The beard, fear the beard.
The beard and like fucking Harvard dude. He's funny as shit.
It's so awesome.
Coming out with Deshaun Jackson's like
absolutely. And I got a soft spot for him because he played for Buffalo. Yeah. So. Next game we got the Green Bay Packers at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm gonna take the Bucs in this one. I think I think the receivers for the Bucs have been clicking with Brady. Brady, although had a terrible call terrible decision.
Fourth down play.
Yeah, fourth down play really like hindered that game. Obviously, lost it because of it, but I think they're gonna bounce back, and I think they're gonna take it, especially because they're home. The wide receivers have been clicking, and I just can't see the Green Bay defense like holding out Mike Evans and
Godwin if he's back.
Yeah, he might not be back, but I still think they've been doing well without Godwin. They're they're 2-1 right now without Godwin, so I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going with the Packers. I think, oddly enough, they might, like, even without Devontae Adams the last few games, I think the Packers might be the best offensive football right now.
Yeah.
Rodgers
does look really good.
Rodgers is back to his GOAT form. Him or Russ are MVP. I'll probably give it to Russ for now, but and then, I mean, Devontae Adams is a top 5 receiver. Aaron Jones is a top 5 running back. They have a solid O-line. I'm rolling with the Packers on this one, like I said, just because, I mean, they scored 40-plus in, I think, 3 or 4 games or something?
A special guest.
Yeah, they scored 43, 42, 37, 30. So, I don't see that slowing down.
Leo, say hi.
Good.
All right. Next game, we have the Rams at San Francisco. I'm going to go with the Rams. I think San Francisco just doesn't have anything clicking right now. Although they do have the best tight end in the NFL.
Best offensive player in the NFL.
Best offensive player in the NFL for sure. I just don't see if they can't get him the ball, he's pretty much useless. So I'm gonna go with the Rams on this one. And the 49ers just haven't been getting anything going at all.
Yeah,
Bosa's out.
Their whole defense is hurt.
Line. Like
they had like 3 of their top 5.
It honestly, like I feel bad in a sense because like they had like a 5-star caliber defense.
Yeah.
Literally a year ago, and it's crumbled to like a 1-star, 2-star. So I'm gonna go with the Rams on this one. It's a pretty easy pick for me. So, whoa! All right, timeout. All right.
We're
back.
What game were we on?
Next game.
Rams 49ers.
Rams 49ers.
Who you took Rams? Yeah,
I took the Rams.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams too. Jimmy G looked horrible.
Negative 0.8 fantasy points. That guy. Leo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams in this one just because, like you said, 49ers just like as weird as it is because Shannon's probably one of the best play callers in football, maybe the best.
Yeah.
As far as like scheming guys open, yeah, they have to figure out that quarterback situation. Jimmy G's obviously their guy, but I know he was playing hurt last week, and who they play? The Dolphins were getting pressure on him.
Dolphins looked amazing against them.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the Rams on this one until 49ers figure it out. They had just lost the Eagles prior to that too, right?
Yep.
The Eagles are not a great team right now.
Yeah, no. They just look crippled. It's really bad. All right, next game. It's a Monday night game. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills coming off a really tough loss against Tennessee, like we were saying earlier. Chiefs are coming off a loss too. So this is honestly a lot of people. I was watching a few videos. They're saying it's the game of the week because they're both coming off a loss. They're both 4-1. Yeah. And they both have a very good offense working. Like they've been good offensively. Yeah. And it's going to be I think it's going to be a really good game. I am pulling, obviously I want the Bills to win. I'm going to go with the Chiefs on this one. I just think their offense is too good. And especially if Trey White isn't back or Milano isn't back, that's 2 big stars against a really freaking good a really good offense of the Chiefs. I'm going to go with Chiefs on this one, but obviously I'm pulling for the goddamn Buffalo Bills, baby. Let's get it, Bills Mafia. So,
yeah, I'm going to go with the Chiefs too. I mean, that was the first game of the Bills I'd seen this year, and Josh Allen looked like average.
Yeah. God damn it!
But yeah, I'm going to go with, what was I saying? I'm going with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I think Spagnuolo is their defensive coordinator. He likes to dial up pressure, so I think they'll kind of get pressure on Josh Allen.
He is very good at avoiding pressure, though.
Well, I mean, like, as far as kind of trying to force him to make decisions.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he obviously was, like, an MVP candidate going into the Titans game, but they got some pressure on him. And in the second half, when they got behind, he made a lot of, like, questionable decisions and odd throws.
Those interceptions, though, if you watch the game,
the first one was the wide receiver's fault.
Yeah. The second one, I don't even know what the hell that was.
I don't know who he was aiming for.
It was Davis. It was Davis, but he underthrew it by like 15 yards.
He threw 10 yards short of Davis and 10 yards past the guy that was right there, too, Bees or something. But yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs because I think same thing with the Titans. If they can get ahead early by 2 touchdowns, and Josh Allen just starts trying to force things again, I think that's where he'll struggle.
Yep.
I mean, they've been leading most of the year, I feel like.
The Bills?
Yeah, so he was kind of throwing comfortably.
Oh, yeah. It was. They showed the stat. It was like because they were 4-0, they've had to lead every first quarter of every game. Really? Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, if the Chiefs get ahead and Josh Allen has to kind of force stuff, I think that's where he can struggle.
He does have the most, based off of that draft class, he has the most final, or what the hell is it called? The most fourth quarter wins, the most fourth quarter drive comebacks.
That's not a surprise.
So,
I mean, he's going up against Darnold, Rosen, Baker. Those 3 are cheap. And then Lamar can't have a fourth quarter comeback when his team's winning 40-10 every fourth quarter.
I'm just saying, he's got the most comebacks, or he's got the most fourth quarter drive wins, or whatever the stat is. But we'll see. I think it's gonna be a good game. I'm excited. Monday night game for the Bills. So
there's 2 good Monday night games.
Yeah, and then speaking of the next Monday night game, we got Arizona at Dallas. I think Arizona's gonna take this handily. Dallas's defense still doesn't have anything going for them. And their offense, they just lost Dak. Oh my God!
Dak.
They lost Dak Prescott to an ankle injury. Prayers up. Hope you get better soon, buddy. But their offense is now just. I mean, Andy Dalton could pop off. Andy Dalton has the potential. He was a playoff caliber quarterback.
He was.
But Kyler Murray looked really good, and he's got all of his receivers healthy. Their defense hasn't changed. Nothing's happened to the Cardinals.
Chandler Jones
I haven't heard. Yeah. Oh, really?
Well, yeah, but he hadn't done much. Apparently, the last 2 weeks he had 1 pressure.
Yeah, so
he'd been doing nothing.
Regardless, their team has been unchanged for the past 3 weeks. So I'm taking Arizona with that one. Pretty easy decision for me.
Team's unchanged the past 3 weeks, but they've lost 2 out of 3 games.
Yeah, but
who they beat? Oh, they beat the Jets and lost to the Panthers and Lions. Yeah, I
still don't think they're gonna lose though.
I'm rolling with the red rifle here. I'm rolling Andy Dalton.
Oh shit!
300 yards, 3 touchdowns coming for Andy Dalton.
Pick him up in fantasy.
I'm thinking about it, but I want Stafford.
Damn.
But no, I mean, yeah, Cardinals defense isn't that good. Cowboys defense isn't that good.
It's gonna be a really high scoring game.
Cardinals have a really good quarterback with okay weapon. Well, DeAndre Hopkins, and then other than that, they have okay weapons.
Larry Fitzgerald's a solid receiver.
Not anymore.
He's still a good receiver.
I mean, he's first ballot Hall of Famer, but he's not that good anymore.
No, yeah.
Cowboys have good weapons, not a great quarterback.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting.
Imagine if Kyler was on that Cowboys team right now.
Dude, if Kyler Murray was on the Cowboys, they'd be 5-0, no problem. They'd be outscoring everybody.
But yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys just because I want to see Andy Dalton win it. Well, I don't want to see Andy Dalton win a game for the Cowboys.
Exactly.
But I want to see Andy Dalton win a game because I like Andy Dalton. I'm surprised he didn't go to the Bills because Bills fans were hoping he would go there because he was the one that got him into the playoffs a few years ago. And who did he beat? The Steelers or something? Yeah, he beat the Steelers.
No, Ravens.
Was the Ravens? He beat someone the last game, the last play of the season.
Yep, last game of the season.
That sent the Bills to the playoffs. I remember he had an SU game and all. You could hear all the cheers start going around the building.
That was nuts, bro. That play was great. It was like a 4th and 14. Should never have scored the touchdown. They got it. Bills went to the playoffs. Let's get it.
The joke was the Bills fans' favorite player in the league right now was not even on the Bills. Yeah. It was a Bengals guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna roll the Cowboys just because I want to see something fun.
Interesting.
Happen. But
yeah. All right. Well. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, hit that sub button. I think of the numbers I was looking at was like 70% watching aren't subscribed, which doesn't make sense because I share this with my friends and family. So hit that goddamn subscribe button. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Drop a like. What do you want to end it off on? What game?
Cardinals or Cowboys?
You want to do it the Monday night? The final Monday night game?
Monday night game should be a fun, high-scoring game.
I agree.
Red rifle.
It's gonna be a shootout. I think it's gonna be interesting. So drop a comment. I'm going with Arizona. He went with Cowboys. So drop a comment below, Arizona or Dallas. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week on the Weekly Insider. Peace.